Good evening, students. A warm welcome to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir. We shall continue the grammar session, that is sentence correction. So today, in our sentence correction, we will continue with sentence correction finding errors in daily usage. This is a very important topic, students. It's vast like an ocean. The more you learn, the more the doubts you'll be having. Because English is our secondary language, we are all foreigners to English. And when we try to speak English, we have the influence of our mother tongue. Yet, remember students, every language is unique and it has its own forms and structures. So, many a time we make minute mistakes while speaking English or while constructing the sentences in English. So this makes a grammatical error. So here we are with a session of sentence corrections where in the daily usage, very common sentences I've picked up and what repeated mistakes we make or how to avoid or overcome these mistakes is the session we are going to go along with. So students, here we have in the sentence corrections, missing subject. Now, when we are going along with missing subject, let us see what it is. We noticed the man lying seriously ill and died shortly afterwards. We noticed the man lying seriously ill and he died shortly afterwards. Okay. Now these are actually two sentences, students. There are actually two sentences. You can see we noticed the man who is ill and he died shortly. That's actually the meaning. We noticed the man who was lying seriously ill, or we noticed the man, he was seriously ill and died shortly afterwards. Now, what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? We noticed the man. He was seriously ill. We have seen a man who is very ill. We noticed the man who was seriously ill, or we noticed the man seriously ill. So, this is not required because when it continues into a sentence, it says, we noticed the man seriously ill. You noticed whom? The man who was seriously ill. That's the meaning. So we noticed the man seriously ill who died shortly afterward. So when you don't want to use he, you ought to use who. And if you are not using who, then you have to use he. That's the rule. We noticed the man seriously ill who died shortly afterward, or we noticed the man seriously ill, he died. So you can see the sentence here. The incorrect is, we noticed the man lying seriously ill and died shortly afterward. But you are supposed to say, and he died. So the subject is missing in the second clause. So when you are using who, which is a relative pronoun, when you are using who, which is a relative pronoun, you don't need to use he because it is relating the to clause. But when you are not using the relative pronoun who, then you ought to use he. Because again you have to start a subject for the second clause. Every clause must have a subject. So we notice the man lying seriously ill and he died shortly afterward. So this is what the rule says. Look into the sentence once again, students. We noticed the man lying seriously ill and he died shortly afterwards. So the subject was missing after the conjunction and so added subject he to complete the sentence. So when you are using a conjunction, we notice the man lying seriously ill and when you use a conjunction, then you are again supposed to use the subject because it's another clause, the same man you are talking about. So here you have used the noun, the man, and for the noun you are replacing it with a pronoun. I saw the boy, he is playing in a park. Can you see? I saw a boy, he is playing in the park, in a particular park which you know. Or you can say, I saw a boy who was or who is playing in the park. So this is understood to you, students. This is understood. When you are using a clause repeated after I saw a boy, the boy is replacing into he. He is playing in the park. But if you are using a relative pronoun, then you don't need to use again the subject he. So this is what the rule says. The subject was missing after the conjunction and so add subject he to complete the sentence. Otherwise the sentence becomes meaningless. Neither nor. What is the meaning of neither nor or neither nor? It is a negative sense. The company decided not to appoint him neither for the position of clerk nor for the stenographer. Now already you have used not. This is a negative one. So the company decided not to appoint either for the position of a clerk or for that of a stenographer. Then it is correct. Because already you have used the negative sense not, you are not supposed to use neither nor, but you are supposed to use, when there is not, you are supposed to use either or. Did you understand? But using both the negative sense is going to make the sentence positive. The company decided not to appoint him neither for the position of clerk nor for the stenographer. two negative sense can't stand in the same sentence. So this is understood, students. The correct one is the company decided to appoint him neither for the position of the clerk nor for that of the stenographer. Then it is negative because there is no not in the sentence. Have you understood? Here, because there is not, you are not supposed to use neither nor, you are supposed to use either or. If the not is not there, the company decided to appoint him neither for, then it is correct. The company decided to appoint him neither for the position of the clerk nor for that of the. So when there is not, you are not supposed to use neither nor. You are supposed to use either or. When there is a positive sentence without not, then you can use neither nor, then it will make the sentence negative. So the rule says neither nor makes a statement negative. So we use of not is extra. So already neither nor are negative sense. So you should not add another negative there. That is going to become extra. I eat neither chocolate nor ice cream. I eat neither chocolate nor ice cream. What is the meaning of that? It is the meaning is I shall not eat either chocolate nor or ice cream. The meaning is what is the sentence? I eat neither chocolate. I eat neither chocolate nor ice cream. I eat neither chocolate nor ice cream. Now, the same thing, this is a negative sentence. I eat neither chocolate nor ice cream. You can also say, I shall not eat. I shall not eat either chocolate or ice cream. So this is correct, students. I shall not eat either chocolate or ice cream. That is again correct. So now you must have understood both the sentences are correct. Here you have not used not, and so neither nor is accepted. Here you have used not, so either or is accepted. So that is what the rule says. I eat neither chocolate nor ice cream. Habit to, habit of. We often make this prepositional mistake. Which is the correct one? Am I to say I am habited to or am habited of? She has the habit to arrive late is incorrect. She has the habit of arriving late. When you are using of, you are supposed to use ing form. She has the habit to arrive late is wrong, students. She has the habit of arriving late. So, habit of arriving is a phrase together. She has the habit of arriving. Always use the ing form. Please have a habit of using. Did you observe my sentence? Please have the habit of using. Please have the habit of using. So when we say habit of ing form is supposed to come. It's mandatory. So she has the habit of arriving late. Don't say she has the habit to arrive late. The word habit is followed by of plus ing. Very, very important. The word habit is followed by of ing. Always you have to use after habit of. I have the habit of going to bed early. She has the habit of biting nails. Habit of ing form. Habit of ing form. So you can see I have the habit of going to bed early. She has the habit of biting nails. Fine. The number is, the number are. Now number will be followed with a verb singular or plural. Often we have a doubt on this. What is going to come? The number of vehicles are increasing on the road. The number of vehicles is increasing on the road. When we find vehicles, which shows the plural form. Vehicles are. Vehicles are increasing is correct. But here the subject is not vehicles, the subject is number and it is singular. The number of girls in the class is behaving odd. See, when we say number, the number represents a singular form. You are talking about vehicles, which appears to be plural. But you are not talking about the vehicles, you are talking about the number of vehicles. So, the subject is number and the number is described of what? Number of girls, number of boys, number of vehicles, number of people. The number of people in this city is illiterate. So you can see whenever you use the number, remember students, it's a singular sense and it is not a plural sense. So the correct sentence is, the number of vehicles is increasing on the road. So we'll see the rule, what the rule is. The number of is treated as singular, so singular verb is should be followed. Whenever we are using number of, this is singular as I've already told you. So the number of books, the number of people, the number of children. So this is a very, very common error we perform, students. Whenever we see a plural form here, we consider it to be a plural and then we will use are, but this is wrong. Okay, you are only supposed to consider this. So the number of is always going to be, the number of is also always going to be a singular form. And so you should always use a singular verb like is, was, has. The number of dash is treated as plural, so plural verb are should follow it. Okay, a number of. Please listen. Look into the article difference. When you say the number, then you are going to have it as a singular. The number, you're definite about it, that particular number. So it is singular. But when you say a number of, a number of boys were playing. A number of boys were playing in the ground. The number, now you are definite about it. The number of boys is class 10th. A number of boys were playing. A number of boys were playing. Now you are not particular about who those people are. Some boys. You are not particular about those boys. Some boys. So here a number of boys will be represented as plural when it has article a. A number of boys were playing in the ground. The number of boys means those boys is belonging to class 10 or belongs to class 10, is of class 10. The number of boys is of class 10. So have you understood the rule? The number of is considered as singular, but a number of is treated as plural. A number is treated as plural, and there you will be using the verb are. Fine. Examples. The number of animals is decreasing. Because we have the definite article the number of boys is decreasing. A number of people are going to the movie. A number of people means a lot of people. A lot of people. The meaning of a number of people are means a lot of people. So this acts as plural. But when I say the number of animals, that means that particular cadre of, a collection of. What is the meaning of it? The number means a collection of. So collective nouns are always singular. Together, like a group you are talking about, a collection of animals is decreasing. So this is going to become singular. That is going to be singular. Have you understood, students? So the number of animals is decreasing. You will put singular only when there is article the, and you will put plural when there is article a. That is how you can remember. Collocations. Collocation is a group of words which automatically comes together. You are habited of using that phrasal words. Together you are habited of using the phrasal word. So, the reason I have been unable to pay the bill is, the reason I have been unable to pay the bill is due to fact that I did not receive pay on time. So listen, look into the sentence very, very carefully, students, and observe where the mistake is. The reason I have been unable to pay the bill is due to the fact. The reason I have been unable to pay the bill is due to the fact that I did not receive pay on time. So, you can't use fact. Fact is something definite. Something which is realistic, definite to happen. So, how can you say, you can either say a fact or the fact. So the correct answer is, the reason I have been unable to pay the bill is due to the fact that I did not receive pay on time. So you have seen, students, that these particular words often come together. So you call them as collocations. What is it? Collocations are a pair of or group of words. They are either a pair or a group. They are a pair of or group of words that are habitually used together. The fact is, generally use is, the fact, always you have to use the fact. You don't say a fact. You don't say fact. So these are collocations are the words which come in pair or come in group. They are habited of coming in group or coming in pair. Like, for example, strong tea, heavy drinker. He's a heavy drinker. You don't say he's a great drinker, he's a big drinker. No, he's a heavy drinker. Automatically, you don't know the why that colonization has happened. You don't know. It automatically comes. I want a strong tea. You don't say I want a thick tea. No, I want a thin tea. I want a sweet tea. But you say I want a strong tea. So these are the words which comes together, and so we call them as collocations. They come together. So strong tea and heavy drinker are typical English collocations. It is due to the fact it is due to the fact. So that is why you have the collocation of the fact. Okay, it is due to the fact. Okay. So you can see strong tea, heavy drinker are typical English collocations. They are typical collocations. They automatically come together like that. So it is due to this. The fact is also a collocation. That is the reason why you have the fact as a collocation. And so you say, the reason I have been unable to pay the bill is due to the fact that I did not receive pay on time. So this is what we have for today's class, students. You have gone through with a lot of things. You have gone with the collocations, and then you have gone with the most important thing is where to use is or where to use are with the subject number. You always don't think number is going to be a singular or number is going to be a plural. It is based on the article. So that is more important over here. It's based on the article. This part is based on the article. The number, it's based on the it's based on the number. So according to the number, when it is the, it is going to become a singular, and when it is a, when it is article a, it is going to be plural. So you have seen, we have gone with a lot of rules of what is going to help us with our error corrections. And then in the next class, we will have superfluous errors, where unknowingly we can make these mistakes. Superfluous errors, repetition of words having the same meaning. This is very important topic, students. He returned back. What is the meaning of return? Come back. Then why you say again return back means come back. Anyway, students, so in the next class we are going to have these superfluous errors. And today we are going to end up our class. That's all for this day. Thank you. Have a nice time, students.